I'm back here with another review, and I'm super excited about this one because this one's for the ladies. Or I should say the assigned female at birth people, or people who wear women's clothing. People who wear men's clothes, don't be super disappointed. They have a shorts version of this as well, but I'm talking about the Chrome Madrona 5-pocket pants today. Like I said, they have a Madrona 5-pocket pants in shorts for men. They have another pair of pants as well, but this was special because as most people who wear women's clothing know, they do not make women's clothing for people who have hips and a butt. You cannot have both of those. It's like basically forbidden in the world of outdoor clothing for women. So I was excited to try this out for that reason, because I am a person who's shaped like that, and it is hard for me to find outdoor gear, particularly on the bottom, that fits me well. Now I'm not wearing them, I'm not trying them on, and this is because I've also gained some COVID pounds. Just, you know, all of us, we're not moving as much because of COVID, but also just struggling with some mental health stuff, and I'm finally leaning out again. And so, but I didn't want to just save myself from the embarrassment of not fitting in these. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. So when I did get them, I did fit in them. I really enjoyed, I was skeptical, I'm not going to lie, because I had heard about other Chrome's pants in the past, and other people said they weren't really easy to fit. So these are, they kind of look like jeans. It's like they look like jeans, but not. I don't know how to describe it. I would say it could be flexible. You could probably bike and wear this to work and pass it off as a work pant for sure. You could pass it off as jeans. So it's pretty multi-use, but it's made of a very stretchy material, which I like. So I was skeptical as to whether or not this would fit my body type, and I was super happy because it fit well. Even at that time, I was probably like pushing the limit for pounds on this size, and it still fit me perfectly. If you can even notice in the, as I'm holding them up here, we'll hold them buttoned. You see even the back is up a little higher there. So the nice thing about these pants is they met me higher in the hips. And so when I was biking, I didn't have butt crack coming out. They felt high enough. I didn't have to keep pulling them up, which was awesome. They fit me, they were stretchy enough to fit my butt and my thighs and not be uncomfortable. Again, they're named the Madrona 5-pocket pants, so as you can imagine, there's 5 pockets. You got 2 in the rear, and then you get this extra one in the back that's supposed to be for phones. So it does go really deep. It would fit a phone. I have a big case on mine, and it fit that. So it runs pretty deep for that. And then you got 2 on the front. One of the biggest complaints about women's clothing is that there's not enough pockets. I wouldn't say this is not probably as deep as men's pockets, but it's a fairly deep pocket for women's clothing. They're quick drying, so they're not water resistant, but they're a very thin material, and they do dry really quick. I can attest to that. And then they got this the cool cuff on the bottom with the reflective strip. So when you're biking, roll them up, you have a little bit of reflective on material on the pants there. So that's pretty cool. Got these in, I think it was the fall. So I started wearing them, and I wore them into early winter. And I will make a note, so they fit true to size, and I would say they could even accommodate, like I said, they have a lot of stretch, so I thought I was pushing the size, and they still fit me. previous to gaining more pounds. And and they also, because they're thin and because they dry quick, I did notice that once temperatures get a little bit lower, they're breathable to the point that it can be colder. So I'm also from Minnesota. I'm used to cold weather. I probably wouldn't wear these just on their own below 40 degrees. I wore them into 30s. I did ride it one day in 20s, and that was a little bit too cold for me. If I were you, I wouldn't go below 40. And if you're thinking you want to wear them in cold weather, maybe consider sizing up a little to put another layer underneath if you're gonna wear it in a little bit colder weather. I, though, was pleasantly surprised about these and how well they fit me. Like I said, they're flexible. They also have the reinforced gusset, and they give you a little more, you can kind of see it there, a little more, the reinforced gusset, room for bending, like you are going to be on a bike. Again, I was incredibly happy with the fit. It fit my butt, my thighs, was high up on my back. I will probably, once I fit back into these, invest in another pair because I liked them that much. Again, I had heard in the past that Chrome, I think, used to have a pair of jeans that they came out, women's jeans, and I had heard a lot of people had problems with them, so I wasn't anticipating these would work so well, but I was very happy. I would recommend checking it out. The Chrome Madrona 5 pocket pants. If you're looking for a pair of pants that are comfortable to cycle in, again, versatile. I would say you could wear this to work, put a nice blouse with it or whatever, and no one's gonna be any the wiser. And if it happens to be a little rainy on your way to work, it's gonna dry more quickly. So thank you for watching, and please feel free to subscribe, hit the follow button, and like this video if you like my review. Thanks, bye-bye.